how Live Lean saved her.
If you're not part of the Live Lean Nation fam, then you're missing out.
Mic, check. What's up, Live Lean Nation? Welcome to another episode of LiveLeanTV. I'm Brad Guthrow. This is gonna be a little bit different than our traditional videos because we wanna highlight a Live Leaner who has shared their story not only in video form, but also in a written testimonial. And I wanna share this because it's very empowering. And I really feel like if you're struggling with your journey, this can be kind of that gas, that fuel to really take your journey to the next level. So I'm gonna cut it over to Alex right now to share a little bit about herself, and then I'm going to read her testimonial of how Live Lean saved her. So sit back and enjoy.
So hey Live Leaners, my name is Alex and I've been a part of the Live Lean fam for about 4 years now. I decided to share my story with everyone because I just felt like people needed to know about Brad and Jess and what they really do for the community and just for anyone that is ready to start their fitness journey. When I first found them, I was in a really bad place in my life, in a very bad relationship, and I didn't know where to start. And I felt like just watching their videos over time, something just clicked in me. When I did Live Lean Formula for Women, that was a really big turning point in my life.
For me, this makes it all worthwhile. We put so much time and effort into creating this mission in this Live Lean community that when we receive something this powerful, something this emotional, and something this vulnerable from one of our Live Lean Nation community members, we have to share it because Alex's story is powerful. So let's get into it. Titled, How Live Lean Saved Me. To understand what Live Lean means to me, I'd like to share a little story about myself. When I first discovered Brad and Jess, I had no idea what living lean meant. I was in a very dark place in my life. I was in a toxic, borderline, mentally abusive relationship for almost 5 years and really did not see any way out. When I say that they saved my life, I mean that in every way. This is powerful. I'm getting chills here. Not only had I went from 120 to 160 pounds in college, but I had become very cynical and destructive person. In that time, I was also in a car accident that made me put on 20 pounds in the 6 months I had to spend in a wheelchair. When I got out of my wheelchair, I did nothing but cardio mixed with extremely low calorie intake, which caused my weight to drop down to 130, only to go back up to 170 shortly after. I'm pretty sure this probably resonates with some of you. So to say I was my own worst enemy is an understatement. I made poor eating and drinking choices, and I also let the negative energy of my ex affect me as a person. I believed that I didn't deserve to be happy. I allowed him to disrespect me and therefore did not respect myself enough to care about my own health or body. And worst of all, at this point, I had flown across the country to be with him in another state without anything there for me. So at the time, I had very little resources, so I turned to YouTube and started watching Brad and Jess. When I first came across their videos, I started off casually viewing them here and there. It almost seemed like what they were doing was just a fantasy that was unachievable. Quote, you can eat like a regular person and be skinny. Yeah, right, I thought. I didn't know that skinny did not always equal healthy and that eating less and less food was not the answer. The whole mindset completely rocked my world. The more videos I watched, the more I became convinced that they had something figured out. Their approach to fitness is unlike anything I had ever seen.
So what was great in beginning with them was just the amount of resources that they provided, both through the Live Lean community and the YouTube channel. Every single topic that you could ever want to hear about, they have a video on, which is great because there's so many things that are out there and you don't know really what to listen to anymore. And it feels like they really break it down and don't give into any sort of gimmicky diets.
Instead of criticizing, judging, and dwelling on the bad, their approach came from a place of kindness and inspiration. And I have to stop right there because personally, I feel like YouTube, even in the fitness world now, is becoming all about judging other people and just controversy, controversy, controversy. Let's get back to helping people. Let's get back to inspiring people. Let's get back to bringing people up and making them feel good about whatever they're doing, however they're deciding their nutrition is, however they're deciding what workouts to do. Just because it may not be the optimal way to do it, if it's positive, it's making you feel good, keep doing it. All right, little rant there. So instead of preaching to others and only showing off their bodies, they educated their viewers and explained why you do things a certain way. They had hundreds of videos, tutorials, programs, and so many resources you can use to get any results you want. When I was watching them, I saw a couple who had so openly invited the world into their home and shared their habits like it wasn't a big deal. To me, it was everything. Wow. To me, their openness and willingness to share with others helped me see how much of a disservice I was doing to myself. I could see how they take care of themselves, and I realized that if they could do it, why couldn't I?
So they motivate you by not only giving you the things that you need, but showing you what they do and what works for them in their daily lives, which for me was huge, because I felt like a lot of people will show you their very best pictures at the very best angle and not really provide you with any sort of insight on how they got there or things that didn't work. It's just like, here's my best self, and Brad and Jess don't do that. So I really like being able to see what works for them at every single stage of their lives.
And so I bought my first Live Lean program, Live Lean Formula for Women, and for a few months I did a workout here and there, but found trouble committing. Again, I'm sure you guys can probably resonate with that. I still allowed my unhealthy habits to take control and did not see myself as a deserving person. I did not deserve to be fit. Subconsciously, I didn't think I could be a hot girl. I wasn't meant to be a fitness person, whatever that meant, and so the destructive habits of binge eating, drinking, allowing a toxic ex to disrespect me, to call me names, and to control my life continued. I was more depressed than I had been in my entire life, and I finally had it. So something needed to change, and all of it was tied to the way I was treating myself. I finally said that enough is enough and told myself I will do 5 straight days of Live Lean Formula for Women, just like Jess had said to do. Just do 5 days, I said. Just commit to that and let's see what happens. I can't tell you exactly what happened, but on that 5th day, I felt stronger not only physically, but mentally. I was so riled up over everything that after another giant fight, I knew it was time to let go, and I was back on a flight to Michigan on the 6th day. So she left her boyfriend.
And if you're not ready to start your fitness journey, they will provide you with all the things that you could ever possibly want and then some. Any of their programs that you do, they will give you not only the actual program, but they will give you all of like the diet stuff that you need. And when I say diet, I don't mean an actual diet. I just mean like the way that you eat.
Now, there are a lot of things that played into this choice, but I believe that a big part of the reason I was finally able to leave was that because I had the courage and the willpower built up from making and sticking to the commitment I had made to myself in the gym. I will never forget the day that I left. I will never forget the couple of months after that were maybe even harder, but that I knew in my heart were right because I had finally chosen to do something for myself and for my own health. So during this time, I dove even deeper into the Live Lean world, completed Live Lean Formula for Women, and could not have been happier with the results. I also completed the Live Lean Mindset program as well as Build a Butt. I'm hoping to do Pull Up Babe after completing another program I'm doing at the moment.
I just would recommend Live Lean for anyone at any stage in the fitness game. If you don't know what you're doing, they're a great place to start. They have all the resources that you need.
I have discovered that living lean is no fantasy. It's not something unachievable if you have the faith in yourself and the willpower to do so. So to this day, I watch Brad and Jess daily on some form of social media and continue to be inspired by their commitment to their health. I feel proud to be a part of this movement and owe them so much for my happiness and my bod. I have truly never felt happier. Thank you, Brad and Jess.
And that's about it. If you're not part of the Live Lean Nation fam, then you're missing out. Bye.
So Alex, as you can see from some of those cutaways of the photos that we showed her, you are like a completely different, changed, empowered, positive person. And I 100% have so much respect for you, not only putting in the work, but actually sharing this story and allowing us to share your story, because being that vulnerable, sharing those personal stories, that's gotta be difficult. Like, I know during my journey, I shared my stories and it was very hard to put that out in the world because of how judgmental this world is. So Alex, thank you so much for not only putting in the work, but actually paying it forward, sharing your story, and helping us get that message out there to help other people take action just like you did. Big, big thank you, and I can't wait to meet you in person one day as well. One of our goals, Jessica and I, is that once the kids get a little bit older, we want to actually take our message to other cities and have meetups across the country, across the world. So we really hope to meet you one day. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And to everybody else out there watching right now, if you have a story like this that you would like to share with us, we would love to hear it. You can email us at info@LiveLeanTV.com. Share your before and after photos with us. It makes our day. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure in the comments down below you give Alex some love. Thanks for watching. Keep living. Whew.